This is the War Brief Daily for April 14th, 2026, covering the Russia-Ukraine theater. Tonight we are tracking three major updates. The 32-hour Orthodox Easter ceasefire has expired amid mutual accusations of thousands of violations. Russia has launched its first large-scale overnight drone wave since the truce ended, and the Kremlin has publicly ruled out any ceasefire extension, setting explicit conditions that signal what comes next. First, the truce collapse. The Easter ceasefire formally expired Monday, April 13th, with both sides accusing the other of mass violations throughout the window. This is confirmed, reported by France 24, Al Jazeera, and the Associated Press. Here is the critical operational detail buried in the AP sourcing. Ukrainian officers on the ground confirmed that artillery paused, but drones never stopped flying. Russian UAV strikes continued even during the declared truce window, specifically at the junction of the Donetsk, Dnipropetrovsk, and Zaporizhzhia regions. On the Russian side, Kursk Oblast Governor Alexander Kinshtein accused Ukraine of striking a gas station in Lvov with a drone during the ceasefire, injuring 3 people, including a baby. Neither side treated this truce as operationally binding. This is now the second consecutive Easter where a Russian-declared ceasefire collapsed into mutual accusations. The pattern suggests these pauses function primarily as narrative warfare tools, not genuine operational halts. Second, the post-truce drone wave. As soon as the truce window closed, overnight drone operations resumed at scale. This is confirmed. According to multiple outlets, Russia launched approximately 98 drones in the first post-truce strike package, with Ukraine claiming 87 intercepted, an intercept rate of roughly 89%. A separate social media source figure cited 141 drones launched and 114 shot down. That figure should be treated as lower confidence, single-source data. It has not been resolved by official Ukrainian Air Force reporting as of this brief. Here is the math that matters. Even at 89% intercept, a wave of 98 drones delivers approximately 10 to 11 uncontested impacts per night. At sustained operational tempo, that compounds rapidly into infrastructure damage. One additional variable to watch closely. BBC reporting has flagged concerns about Patriot interceptor stockpiles being split between the Ukraine theater and the active Iran theater. If interceptor reserves thin while post-truce strike tempo increases, Ukraine's air defense buffer narrows precisely when Russia may be signaling deliberate escalation. Third, Kremlin conditions. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov stated, and this is a direct quote, "Until Zelensky musters the courage to assume this responsibility, the special military operation will continue after the truce expires." Confirmed by Al Jazeera on April 12th and 13th. Peskov also denied any coordination with Ukraine or the United States, framing the ceasefire as a unilateral Russian gesture that Ukraine rejected. Ukraine's counterclaim is that Russia continued targeting their positions throughout the window. These are incompatible narratives, and both sides are actively building their own record of who violated first. On the front line, no confirmed large-scale territorial changes in the last 12 hours. The most recent ISW assessment, dated April 12th, documents continued Russian assault and drone activity in the Donetsk sector near Kostiantynivka and Drushkivka. Active Russian units include elements of the 13th Rusichi Assault Detachment, the 72nd Separate Motorized Rifle Brigade, the 136th Motorized Rifle Brigade, and GRU Spetsnaz operators. High drone density, low maneuver activity in this cycle. Watch for the Ukrainian Air Force's official overnight report, which will confirm drone numbers and strike locations from the post-truce wave. Watch whether Russia launches a combined missile and Shahed package in the next 24 to 48 hours. That would signal deliberate post-truce escalation, not a return to baseline tempo. Watch Kremlin diplomatic language for any follow-on conditions, and watch the Kostyantynivka sector, where Russian assault elements have been persistently active across multiple reporting cycles. That's your War Brief Daily for April 14, 2026.